Thanks, Chelsea. A local soccer club is turning to online training to help keep their athletes sharp during the COVID-19 pandemic. One family has 2 kids in the club. They told Sean Stryker, on top of letting their kids practice a sport they love, it's also just about giving them something to do.
A soccer field is 120 yards long and 75 yards wide, but thanks to new technology, soccer players are now able to get in a little practice in a much smaller space. Soccer practice for 8-year-old Diego Eshwar and his brother Adrian looks a little different than it did a few weeks ago. Instead of meeting up with their teammates at Pipeline Soccer Club, the boys now hone their skills at home using virtual training.
Even though I'm not with my teammates and getting to play around, at least I get to train, and I have my brother there, so I can play with them too.
To help keep their nearly 1,500 athletes safe during the coronavirus outbreak, club founders Sean Rush and Santino Caranta decided to shut down operations, but they still wanted a way for their teams to practice at home. That led them to the soccer training app Techni Football.
Some live in apartments, some live in houses with big yards, some live in the city with no yards at all. So we wanted to connect with an organization that allowed these players to be able to train.
Players log on to complete daily drills and track the time they spend training.
They can see the players who are the leaders and the ones that are training on juggling or working on fitness things. There's a leaderboard that shows who's doing what. So it's kind of keeping the competitive nature as well.
Diego's father, Raj, says after being stuck at home for a few weeks, it also gives his kids something to do.
Amongst other things, they get bored at times, so this certainly takes away a good hour and a half, 2 hours of their day.
But for Diego, it's a chance to do something he loves, a little normalcy in a world that is anything but. As for other sports, the coaches of Pipeline Soccer Club recommend getting creative and making sure your athletes still feel that team connection. Sean Stryker for WJZ.